This is Jason Foley, and this is my pitch for my new movie, New Arrival, short film. It starts off with a boy ordering a phone, and that's the new arrival, like a new phone, a new iPhone 5C that's arriving at his hostel. The shop said 3 to 5 working days, but weeks goes on and the boy realizes that it's been over 3 weeks and the phone still hasn't come. When it finally comes, he starts receiving unknown phone calls from someone, and the boy is left confused because he hasn't given his number out to nobody. It rings and rings and rings. He finally decides to pick up the second time, and he starts talking to a girl. They start genuinely talking, they end up falling in love. That's basically it, and then they end up meeting up, but nothing's set as it was supposed to be. Like, he realizes that he was talking to an old lady. That's the twist. The character, like, to describe the character, he's just like a nervous, anxious person. Like, he's moved to this new environment in Brighton. He doesn't really know anybody. He just wants to make friends. So he thought that he should just be friends with the girl. My equipment, that would be just a DSLR camera, tripod, and a sound recorder, because I need to record his thoughts, like what he's thinking after the phone call. Then, like costume, he'll just be wearing his own clothes, preferably jeans, Air Forces, hoodie, and a jacket, just something simple. Like the environment will be wearing their own clothes as well. The location will be in Brighton. I may film in a hostel, like in a room. Then I'll film by the seaside and maybe on the roads. My props, like my props would be a bench, because you'll be sitting down on the phone. Obviously I'll need a phone, package, computer when he's ordering the phone to see like how it's done. Maybe a car, like he might pull up in a car or something, and obviously a hostel. My target audience will be ages between 10 and 20. People who like want to see this will preferably watch like action, thriller, drama films. This is one of my best ideas because like, I just like the twist of the end of it, and I think it links well with the new arrival.
My name's Sasha, and this is my pitch for my short film idea. Basically, in my story, there'll be 2 males that are very broke and do not have the money at the time, but the only money they have, then they try to find out the best investment for them, and they get told that the best investment is cocaine. So they go through a lot of trouble trying to find and get a connection to a drug dealer, which they didn't get. They order a package, and then they're patiently waiting in the house. Just Jermaine and Joseph, the 2 guys. Jermaine, who's very, very scared and doesn't want to get involved in things, but he knows he has to do it because he wants the money. And Joseph, who's very excited and is thinking about the money and is thinking about everything to do. I'll then use a couple pannings to show the environment of the building, of the house, and show a couple close-ups of their faces to show how they're feeling. And this drug package then arrives, and the feelings of the characters switch from Joseph now being a scared guy because he's thinking about the consequences, and he knew it was going to happen, but until it came, that's when he realized that he's in a real situation actually doing this. And then Jermaine, being from excited, going to scared because he's thinking about the consequences. And then they put on the table and lay all the drugs out and do what drug dealers do. And then the police runs in and everyone starts shouting, start hearing there's loads of action sound effects of drop-ins, the door being kicked down, people running in, and then the 2 guys dropping to the floor with the police who got their foot on their back. And I was going to use the same police as from Seb's film that he's planning. And then as you do watch CSI, to test out if it's real cocaine, the officer licks his finger and dips into the cocaine and puts it in his mouth. And then it all turns out to be baking powder. And that's when the 2 characters on the floor right now, about to get arrested, get shocked and get happy really that they didn't actually buy the real cocaine. The costume that I'm going to be using are casual clothes of Jermaine and Joseph, casual clothes for a casual black person that lives in an urban area, and a police costume for the police and a fake gun. which is part of props, and baking powder, and a box covering tape. And the location that I'm going to be using for this is either a hotel, a hostel, or I have a cousin who lives in Brighton. If we could record there, that would be a good thing. And I'm going to be using a DSLR camera for this, preferably the Nikon D3100, and a boom mic for the action scene to cover the whole ground of sound. So this movie will be a thriller and action movie. This means it includes tension, suspension and action, starting off with an extreme long shot and panning because it contains a large amount of landscape, and to introduce establishing location the characters. This is also known as an establishing shot, close up to show facial expressions, low angle of the two males looking down at the cocaine. The target audience will be from the age group 16 plus from any class, but has to be into action and thriller movies. And the resource that I'm going to be needing is a DSLR camera, a room, a tripod, a boom mic holder, a cameraman, actor, director, and I justify this is the best idea because I like action and thriller movies and drug movies, and I've always wanted to do my own using single camera techniques. And since it is a challenge, I would like to take it as a challenge. Thank you, that was my pitch.
I'm Seb, and this is my pitch for my short film New Arrival. My storyline consists of a police officer's first day in the field when it takes a turn for the worse when he gets called to a store robbery. With no backup responding, the officer must deal with the situation alone. My narrative development involved the police officer character, Officer Daniels, starting his first day on the field with a hopeful outlook to the day after receiving an uplifting text from his wife. These thieves are not professionals and look like average guys looking for a small score. This isn't the group's first robbery, but the rookie of the group messes things up this time. The rookie accidentally shoots the store owner as the store owner tries to escape. The officer arrives at the scene only to be thrown in the deep end with this complex situation and a nightmare for any first day cop. After a hectic firefight, the officer manages to injure 2 of the criminals, making the third one surrender and arresting all of them. But this is just a brief overview. The police officer, Officer Daniels, is an average middle-aged man working for law enforcement who just recently passed his practical field exam. He's married and lives in the urban environment where the film is set. The thieves consist of 3 men, middle-aged, with one being a younger-aged rookie. They're average folks that are just looking for some easy cash. Costumes involve the officer wearing a basic police officer's uniform equipped with a gun holster and gun, fake of course, and the thieves enter the store with balaclavas, but as events unfold, their faces are revealed. The rest of their outfits are just normal clothing, but nothing distinctive. All 3 are equipped with fake weapons. Preferably the weapons will be pistols. The props involve walkie-talkies, toy guns, balaclavas, handcuffs, one mobile phone, and some fake blood. The locations are an urban street where the police officer is introduced and he receives the call where the store is being robbed, and an urban store where most of the short film takes place, as that's where the robbery is set. Sound effects will include normal SFX, a soundtrack, and mics needed for different scenes. More detail for the sound effects includes street noise, the walkie-talkie, gunshots, and store noises, for example the door bleep for when you enter. I'd like to be playing low tension building music throughout. Boom mics will be needed and more suitable to record dialogue in the film, and Foley sounds can be recorded in the studio in post-production. Overall mood of the film would have to be thriller / crime and drama. Example of camera shot would be a close-up of the rookie's face after shooting the store owner to get a reaction shot, or a mid-shot of the boss to show his body language and facial expression after the rookie's mistake. My target audience would be 16 plus, as the film can get quite graphic. Preferably youngsters living in an urban environment who enjoy thriller and crime films. Resources would just be a DSLR camera, tripod, boom mic, a local store to shoot the robbery, and possibly a spotlight. Personnel would include a cameraman, soundman, editor, director, and of course the actors. I think this is my best idea because the audience can feel the officer's struggle on his first day, and the tension of the film keeps everyone on the edge of their seats. Although the storyline may seem a bit cliche, I think with the right actors and effort in production, this would turn out to be a successful short film. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Troy Reed and I'm here to talk to you about my pitch. The storyline of my pitch is basically there's a room, preferably dark, round table, chairs, and the room is filled with around three gangsters who are dressed in typical gangster clothes like, I don't know, Nike jeans, jackets and stuff, and they're talking about a new arrival, you know, the new gang member that's about to join their group, and they're saying, like, I don't know, stuff like he's robbed this guy, he's stolen this car and all this, like they're making him sound like big and hard and all this, and then when it comes to actually seeing the dude, he's just like a scrawny kid or just some kind of actual kid. So it adds that twist, don't judge a book by its cover sort of thing. So that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to play on the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, by embedding that into my film and, you know, giving it that twist. The props I want to use is a train, cards, a deck of cards, poker chips, chairs, maybe some weapons, like fake weapons or stuff. But, you know, just anything to set the scene, like that they're, you know, gangsters and stuff. The locations I want to use is a room, like dark and like with minimal lighting, as minimal as possible, and a train yard, train station, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so basically, the clothing or the people in the shot, I was planning to have them like just all three, like practically the same. However, like there's one higher in the hierarchy in the gang, basically. Like there's one leader who's obviously giving the orders, but like they're all around the same, you know, level. They practically are the same, but they're just like a big-ish family, and they just, you know, do criminal acts, I guess. I picked this film because this was the film I practically planned in detail, well, the most, because it had everything I kind of wanted in a short film at this time. Like, it has a twist, it's not too serious, doesn't need that much work, although it will have, you know, some editing skills in it, and, you know, we'll make it try and make it look good, but it was everything I kind of wanted in a film at this time. So, theme-wise, it's just, I guess, I don't know, it's just a play on words, or play on, you know, people's judgment, how they see people, what they've heard and stuff. Just, you know, stereotypes as well, stereotyping gang members and stuff. So that's pretty much what I have for my film. I hope you like it.
My film was about a phone being ordered in a package and an unknown caller is calling a boy. So I'm just discussing my pitch. Any questions?
I think your one's too long, like there's too much happening for 5 minutes.
So why not?
Like, no, I think if you did it, you condense into like 10 minutes, and I think that's not what. It's a short film that
Well, I could cut down like the bit where they're speaking on the phone in the meeting bit. I could just cut that down a bit.
Yeah.
So instead of calling showing mostly when I'm calling and talking on the phone, I'll cut that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can fit it into 5 minutes, because you can just the phone calls, you can just have like 5 seconds of it. Just be like, different clothes, different clothes, different clothes, different clothes.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, still. It's more of a story, a movie than a short film.
What mood are you gonna portray in the film?
Like I'm going to show that the person's going to be nervous and scared because he receives a phone call and he has to give his phone number out. So I'll just do a close-up shot. I'll do a close-up shot of his face, so it shows his facial expressions and sound, non-majestic sound, and obviously voiceovers that, so you know what's going on in his head. The next discussion is we're going to discuss about Troy's pitch.
I think we should do it all together. Your pitch, blah blah blah. Nothing your pitch is.
But we've already got the recording for his one anyway. So we should put that one at the end and be like, oh, we decided to use your one and we discuss it. So we should discuss about mine and yours now. Let's discuss about yours.
Introduce yourself there. Who are you?
Just introduce them.
My short film is going to be about two men who organise and buy cocaine and plan to sell, but then the police comes in, and when they're about to get arrested, it turns out to be baking powder. So, any questions, guys?
Who do you like? Who would you have as the actor as the delivery guy? Would you talk to the postman or?
I thought about that, and I think that it might be because it's by a drug dealer. It's a drug business, so it's not really gonna come with the postman. So it might be a knock on the door and a box left in front of the house.
Okay.
You're gonna need a lot of actors as well. If it's a police raid, you're gonna need like a good eight actors being policemen. So you need to like pull your personnel for a drug raid. And plus, like they all can't be wearing the same thing. One has to be like hierarchy. Like has to be a hierarchy.
But they can be undercover police who are wearing casual clothes like us.
Yeah.
As you see nowadays on the roads.
Yeah.
But if they were normal police, how would you go about getting the costume?
I would go just on the internet, all of them really. Find suitable sizes for the people that are going to be acting.
Where exactly would you film this film?
Where exactly would I film it? Well, I thought about that and I've come up with maybe the hostel, or I have a cousin who lives in Brighton. If we can make that possible, I'll make it possible. Or I can just get through to someone.
Yeah.
Any questions?
You have a lot of props in yours. It'd be a lot of them.
Yeah, baking powder, a box,
Yeah.
and
I mean that's like your one. I think of the four, it might have like a
Yeah, I
big
don't think you
budget.
get baking powder that big. I think you only get like potatoes at least.
And yeah, you got a big budget.
not baking powder.
Yeah, I think you have
You
to
can
buy
get
like.
that big, like.
Yeah, you
Really?
can
You get 1-2 kgs.
Alright.
Tesco's, yeah.
Have you ever heard about buying cocaine and pretending to be cocaine and selling it? Okay.
Alright.
Who's next then?
My short film was about a police officer's first day on the job where he gets called to a store robbery.
What location would you use as the like office if there is gonna be an office?
Or there's no office, he's actually on the street, like he's in the field
Okay.
where he gets the call on his walkie-talkie.
Which shop will you do it in?
I have to get a location scout or do it myself and like look for. Cause I can't just do any old one. It has to be like right for the scene, for the action scene anyway.
How are the criminals going to be dressed?
They'll be dressed in average clothing with like balaclavas on the head, but I don't want them to wear anything too distinctive, like as thieves. So just be dressed like average guys, but obviously with the balaclava on.
Okay, I see.
How would you get a car?
Oh, there's no crime balls.
Oh, it's just on foot.
Yeah.
Would they be carrying like sacks and like to put the money in or?
I think they'd just be using rucksacks.
Rubbing on the budget.
Yeah, they're like petty thieves. They're just looking for an easy score from a small. But I think what makes it like bad for the cop is that it's an armed robbery when he gets there. Like it turns into a firefight. You know, I think that's what.
So how does the police officer feel on his first day to get that call?
He's obviously he's excited seeing this is his first call, but when he gets there, obviously the anxiety kicks in. But I think he controls himself and the situation, and you know, in the end he does arrest the three men.
How would you,
Go on, Trey.
how would you portray anxiety in the?
Well, I get close-up shots of, or maybe like I use a reverse recorder to maybe record his thoughts, thinking of him, like him thinking out his strategy and tactics.
I think a heartbeat. Would be
Yeah.
good,
Your heartbeat, yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a sweat coming down the brow or something like that.
You actually visually
Yeah.
show this.
In the slow motion of the drip.
Mhm. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, very action packed, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then it's quite hard to do.
Yeah,
Fake blood.
Definitely, but you know it's a challenge.
big challenge, you know, to pull this off.
Yeah.
We need fake blood as well, as you said.
Yeah, we could just like get any. I think we can make some.
Or just
Yeah.
ketchup. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, there's ways that you can make it yourself though. Have you
Yeah.
heard about that?
Mm.
yeah,
That
but
on the internet.
Yeah, and we won't need too much. We need some for the store owner's death, and when the two
The
of
store owner's gonna die.
yeah, he gets shot because he tries to escape, and the rookie of the group like shoots him in like by mistake instead of holding him.
Rookies.
So that's the rookie's fault that like the score kind of goes south.
You could add something to the part, like what's it called, parallel editing,
Okay.
of maybe the police officer's wife wearing at home about his first day because she didn't, because he hasn't given her a call yet, telling her about his day.
Oh, but
That'd be great. If her
He,
worrying about the shootings happening.
he gets a text.
it's a bit of Godfather in there as well, no?
Well, he gets a text at the beginning and end of the short film. He gets a text at the beginning.
And he might not reply to that.
He does.
But I mean, like, if he gets a text message at the scene right now happening, he won't reply for a long time because he's busy, and then she's worried
No,
while
he
the
gets
shooting's
at the
happening.
beginning. Like,
While the
before.
officer,
The thing is, you're trying to pack too much into a short film.
exactly, and that's good.
No.
I'm thinking at the end, like
It's good.
she could call him and like the phone
No,
would just
just
be
for the emotions.
vibrating, and it would cut to black and it would still be vibrating, like the sound go.
Or it could be like flashing.
Or his phone drops at a scene and it's just
Yeah,
vibrating
it's just
the
on the
phone.
floor, yeah,
And
and
then
then
you focus
cuts
the
to
camera in the
black, yeah.
background. Wow, that's incredible.
Cuts to black and it's
Because
still going.
it has to be action packed.
Yeah,
Because you have to make the audience feel emotional.
I feel like it has to come to a conclusion at the end as well.
Definitely. Of him calling his wife maybe, or death as
Death
you
is
said.
a big conclusion, you know, ends most films.
yeah, yeah.
But most films have a happy ending nowadays.
Yeah.
No, nowadays, but most of them.
Even back in the days, always glad the good wins.
Well, the most of the days, back in the days, were most of them.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or someone gets sent to prison or. Right, they didn't.
Okay. Well, let's discuss Troy's now. As a group, we've decided to use Troy's pitch for our short film, and now we're just going to go into discussion about certain topic. So, how are you going to set the mood, Troy?
I think I'll set the mood by using low-level lighting, low-key, emotive lighting as well. Mood changing, sound effects, you know, just get some music in there.
Mysterious music, because we don't know who's about to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, close-ups, and another way, instead of like using cuts and all that, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use a panning effect, where it's just I'm panning around the table, so I'm getting over the shoulder shots, but I'm getting a shot of the person's face who's speaking, so like it'll be going around the table for each person who's speaking, like, yeah, that's another way I'll be getting the mood, right.
You could also use close-ups of the facial expressions
Yeah.
around the table as well.
We need to find a way to how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to like make sure we're on the 180-degree rule, so we don't like break that. Or else.
Like what time of day like would you set the scenes and stuff like
Probably evening because they're gangsters, isn't it?
that? Oh yeah.
But it's in a room, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh yeah,
Kind
so
of
it's
thing.
It's not going to be a big thing.
I don't want really be a big thing.
Yeah. And like, even though it's just set in one room, we have to make it captivating, so then like the audience just think, oh, it's just three guys in a room kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue has to be on point. I think we should use boom mics for that. Like,
Yeah,
for the
I
head.
was planning to do that.
So that means we're gonna have to have a bigger crew in it, because like, if you said you want us three as actors, then you can't be operating the boom mic as well as.
No, I was told that everyone's going to help each other really.
Yeah.
That's good.
Alright then, yeah, we can do that as well.
Yeah.
And the train yard part, we could make that possibly daytime/afternoon because it's just with the most people around, so it gets that natural effect. So.
And what's going on in the train yard?
That's where the new character
Okay.
is.
Also,
Okay,
are we
yes.
cross-cutting between the room and the train yard today?
Yeah, just
Some
one
kind of
stuff.
getting-
Like it just fades to
Oh,
black
yeah.
when
Oh,
it goes.
okay.
And also like when they're around the table, like you could just have his foot walking.
Yeah.
And not show his face until he enters.
Yeah.
Only shows
He like
you
removes the
things.
newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving the sound of this. Is really.
Oh,
So I think
it's
we're
coming
gonna
alive.
We're
Like,
gonna have any Foley sounds?
Foley sounds well.
I mean,
But the steps.
yeah, for the steps of when he's walking off the
Oh, that's
train.
gonna be beautiful.
That's gonna be really good.
And the
But you will never ever show his face. That's the problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the time I jump at them. Snap his face.
Alright.
Yeah. What about the chain sounds? The train driving on train tracks.
Yeah, we could record that on set when the train's actually active, and we can get like use the boom mic for like everyone else like
Yeah.
walking around, speaking and stuff. So that'll work too.
I don't think everyone should be a gangster. I don't think it should be a gang meeting. I think it should be a poker game.
Yeah, I'm just introducing a new poker player.
Or it could be anything really. Like.
Like one gangster, for example, Jason,
Yeah.
and one Italian mafia.
So we'll
The
say
characters.
in the crime area that they will have some kind of affiliation to crime.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're all just having
Yeah.
a nice
Different
day.
people,
Yeah.
different type of people.
Different
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
people,
So then it's not kind of so closed in.
And so none of them trust each other. You can see that in the
Yeah,
footage.
yeah.
You've got to show that clearly.
Mm.
Alright.
Okay.
And what else?
Costumes. So if we getting different characters, then
Get yourself a little nice suited and booted.
Yeah.
You just come casual clothes.
I just come like, because I'm like a street gangster, so I just come in like, man.
Mm.
Basically like what I'm wearing now.
Yeah, the beat.